Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Eric F. King coming to you live with my special guest. We have Leah Garcia, Eni Asong, and Zion Naguru. And we are super excited this morning to share a great topic with all of you, a topic that can help everybody in your business and in your life. So today we're going to talk about networking, collaborations, working with people, building relationships, things of that nature. All right. So if you're joining us, definitely put in the chat. Let us know where you're zooming in from so I can shout you out as we jump into our great topic for today. All right. So let's go with our first speaker today. Hails from California, where it is 4:02 in the morning. And look, when I saw her this morning, she was already excited. She was already excited, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and I was just getting up from bed. so yeah, we are happy to have her today. She helps a lot of people. She's called the Dynasty Builder. Okay, so she helps people in all areas concerning your finances, making money, investing money, all that good stuff. But today she's going to talk about a topic she's also very good at, and which is networking and collaboration. So without further ado, let me say that she's a third-degree black belt. I can't forget that because that is hard to do, right? She's a third-degree black belt, very disciplined, very hardworking, and she is here to give you value. So let's bring on to the stage Miss Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Eric of King of Collaboration, and really just allow Mr. as he is the King of Collaboration. Well, happy Monday, champions. Listen, this is an amazing topic talking about collaboration and networking, talking about collecting 500 business cards and adding 3,000 people on your LinkedIn connections. That's not working. That's just a contact list. High-level people understand something very different. Your network tier one assets, which is the highest level of assets that you can own. Some relations appreciate cash flow, some open doors, some protect you from expensive mistakes, and some be written off like a bad investment. So today I'm going to drop 3 golden nuggets on how you can relationships, opportunities, and community, and in for one. Networking up, start networking across. Everybody wants to reach the richest person in the room. I want to meet the person everyone in the room trusts. That's a big difference. When you walk into a room, ask who can help me. You're already playing small, but go into the room and say to yourself, the room should know each other, and how can I make that happen? Then you become very apt. You become a tier one capital asset. Make connections, because a person who connects controls the conversation. If you control the introduction, you control the conversation, you create more opportunities. Don't work the room, add value to your greatest ROI, return on investment, come from sold something to. It may come from somebody you introduced somebody else to. That's relationship compound interest. Number 2, don't ask what do you do, ask what are you building. This one changes every conversation. What do you do gets a title. What are you building gets their vision. And wealthy people think in vision. The minute somebody tells me what they're building, I'm listening different. I know who you are. I know what's important to you. And then at the same time, I could think about who should you know? What resources do I have that can help you? What are the obstacles that I can remove? Who are the people that I can connect you to? stop building a networking conversation and start having a possibility conversation. Titles tell me where, vision tells me where you're going, and channel where you're going. Because sometimes at your dinner table, it's you haven't been invited to yet. Number 3, deposits. Make deposits before you ever make a withdrawal. So underline it. You should put a star by it. You know, people try to make withdrawals before they've ever made a deposit. They call it prison. It's not good. Okay, so don't do that. We got to think about givers. What do I have and share with you? And when you do that, my mentor, 9 hugs, 1 jab, meaning you got to make deposit or deposit after deposit, and then eventually you can ask withdrawal, but you have to earn the right for that. You have to earn the right for that. And then at that point, listen, if you made introductions over 90 days, if you made 1 introduction over the next 90 days, that compound interest would become compounding, and that would pay you back in dividends you could never even quantify. And I'm going to land it here. Listen, remember, when you make a deposit reduction, you have no idea what that partnership, what that opportunity, what door that can open for you. You've got relationship equity, and that is really something that pays you better than gold. You can't try to take those deposits and withdrawals first. Blanchard said this: none of us are as smart as all of us. We are so much better together. With that, I hand it over to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. Round of applause for you, Leah. We appreciate you. Absolutely. Everybody's clapping, including myself. You may not be able to see me today, but you see everybody else. We appreciate you. What a great way to start the day, folks. You know, what a great way to start the day. I love how she talks about that, you know, you can't just take, you have to give as well, right? You have to give as well. Awesome. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Again, put your name in the chat. Well, just say where you're zooming in from. We already see Carl is here. We see Wallace is here. Welcome to the call. Let us see where you are, where you're zooming in from. Oh, and we see Lisa as well. Lisa Fervik is here. So definitely put in the chat where you're zooming in from as we continue. And think about your questions, okay? Think about what question can I ask concerning networking, collaboration, relationship building. This is a great time to ask your questions because you have experts here. Experts, everybody here is an expert on this topic. All right. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Our next speaker hails all the way from Nigeria and West Africa. He is known all over the world for what he does. And maybe it's because what he does is needed. It's needed in the world, especially today, right? He is called, we call him Mr. Positive Energy. When you hear his voice, you will see exactly why we call him that and why what he does is so important to helping people all over. And that's why he's a great networker, right? He has like 300,000 people. No, I'm just joking. About 30,000 people following him. He has a lot of people following him because of that. So without further ado, let's hear from our good friend Zion Anaguru. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric F. King. Queen Leah, that was spot on. I think you already got the ball rolling on a high note for us too. Thank you so much. And Mr. Eni, we also appreciate you. And the MVPs at home, we sincerely appreciate you for being here with us. You know, this topic for me, it's personal. Why? Because I love networking and I love collaborating with people. And, you know, I've heard people talk about, oh, I don't like people. They just make such statement like, I don't like people. I love my space. I want to be alone. I want to be by myself. Probably because they've experienced persons before who betrayed them or who were hurtful to them. And because of that, they close their space not to allow people in. If you are in that, you know, in that phase right now, and if you are here, welcome. And I'm sure this event is tailored for you. Why? Because in my journey, I've learned that your network determines your net worth. You know, I know Kuleya mentioned something like this earlier, because the kind of people that is surrounding you, your association determines your destination. So having the right people, having the right network, it's non-negotiable. Gone are the days you say you are too shy to talk to people, or I'm an introvert, I don't want to relate to people. If you need your business to grow, you need people. People collaborating with people, business collaborating with business is what makes us achieve more. For me, one of the ways whereby you can network and collaborate is attend networking events physically or online. The online has made it much more easier. You don't have to travel. You don't have to fly from countries to countries. At the comfort of your home, you can actually attend networking events to meet people, like-minded people like you who share the same value, who share the same sentiment with you. To network is not beyond words. It takes action where you have to really network. And how do you network? You network by meeting people. So you must be willing to meet people. Don't say, I want to network and you don't want to meet people. You must be first be willing to say, I want to meet people. And in meeting people, you're going to meet them at different levels of life, with different perspective, with different ideology, with different background, with different visions and goals. But firstly, you must be open. So I spoke about attending networking events. So beyond attending networking events, also be open to meeting people. When you meet people, a lot of people go to networking events just for the sake of going to networking events. And in my third point, that's where the intentionality comes in. When it comes to networking, you have to be intentional. Don't just go to a networking event because it's a networking event, because people will be there. Be intentional by making research. Take, for example, in the networking event, I'm going to be having Leah, Annie, or Mr. Eric in the place. What do? I find out about what they do. What does Mr. Eric do? What does Leah do? What does Annie do? So when I get to the networking event, these findings that I've already acquired allow me to start a meaningful conversation. So I'm not asking you, who are you or what do you do? I already know what you do. Oh, I know you. Why? Because I've made research about you. When it comes to networking, people love it when you are very intentional about them. Queen Leah spoke about bringing value. It is when you know what they do, you know how to bring value to them. So Mr. Eric is in sales, studiospeaking.com. And because I know he does this thing, my conversation will be around what he does and how I can bring such value to what he's doing. And in being intentional that way, it just helps the conversation and networking goes on. Now, when it comes to networking and building collaboration, you must know this. It's not just a one-off action. Maybe because I gave you my card, my contact card today, or I introduced myself to you, and in my mind, I think we already built a relationship. No, networking and collaboration is built on relationship, and relationship doesn't just happen overnight. It is being built over time. There has to be consistency. Yes, like Cornelia, we always say it compounds. So it's a compounding relationship that births a bad collaboration. Because when you build relationship, people get to know you more, they get to like you, they get to trust you. And because they trust you, they want to work with you. So in so doing, there is need for us to be very intentional to really want to know people, build relationship with people. And at the end of the way, you can do this, collaboration will always come. Just to talk a little about the collaboration part. All that greater is not good, and every opportunities are not for you. But the fact that, this opportunity might look good does not mean that this is the right person for you to collaborate with. When it comes to collaboration, for me, one thing I look for is this person a positive person? It's one of the major criteria. There are people who are doing well in business, but they are so very negative. I cannot work in a negative environment. So one of the criteria I look at for it, does this person share my sentiments? Does he share my value? Does he share my faith? Are we on the same page? Because these are factors that will determine the longevity and the sustainability of the collaboration and the relationship you are building. So in putting all this in perspective, it really helps you to not just network, but to build a sustainable relationship that can bet great collaboration. Lastly, I will end with this. Whether you are collaborating, whether you are networking, always do it from a place of positivity. Because I believe when you are positive, you are possible. And in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for each and every one of us. So thank you so much for listening. I'll give my back to you, Mr. Eric F. King.
All right. Wow, that was powerful. Thank you so much. A great TED talk this morning. That was powerful. Thank you so much. Look, I have so many notes here. I am learning a lot, and I'm sure everybody else is learning a lot too. So we're going to keep on moving. Welcome. Waima is here. Good to see you. Chinyere is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Wow. We have a lot of people. Carlene joined us. Welcome. Good to see you. And yeah, keep putting in your comments in there. We want to see you. And also start putting in your questions, right? Because we're going to get to the questions very shortly. So put in your questions. No question is a dumb question, okay? Every question, like if you're thinking of it, somebody else is too. All right. So put your questions in the chat. All right. So we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving to our next speaker, who is another great networker and collaborator. Okay, that's how I heard about him. I heard about him because someone told me, hey, this is the guy that's going to help you to be able to explode on LinkedIn and meet a lot of people. And that's what he does. He is a great networker, especially on LinkedIn. All right. He's known as the fame expert. So he will literally make you famous. Do you want your business to be famous? Do you want people to know you? Well, this is the guy to help you. So without further ado, let me bring up our next speaker, Eni Asong. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon in the UK anyway. So, of course, morning in the US. Mr. Eric, Mr. Z, and Ms. Queen Leah, you've shared amazing ideas so far. So let me see if I can add to what you've shared. I'm probably going to repeat many of the things you've said already. Let's start. So I've got a lot to say, as Mr. Eric says, right? Look, people think getting seen is the aim of marketing. It's not. A lot of people see you every day. They can see you and walk straight past you, right? Real marketing is about building relationships. It's who you know, not who sees you. Start there, right? So aim to get people to know who you are and how you add value, what you bring to the table, how you can help them. But for people to know you, my friends, you need to build those relationships. But to actually get to meet those people in the first place, you need to network. You have to go meet people, actually meet people. I keep saying it, right? As Mrs. Z said, you can't just hide behind the keyboard, the screen anymore. You have to meet people. You have to go and meet people. In my early days in business, I used to network 6 days a week, literally 6 days a week, physically, going to networking meetings. Great value, of course. And some of those friends I've made on those days, I've still got today. I'm still working with, one way or another, right? So networking really, it is like the holy grail. I mean, beyond a retreat with people, if you do a retreat and you spend a weekend or a week with people, right? That's next level networking. Those people are going to be your friends forever. Now think about it, right? So, when it comes to networking, I do less in-person networking these days because I just have less time. There's online networking, there's online groups, there's places that you can meet people. Even somewhere like this, you can meet people, right? They'll never miss a chance to say hi to someone and find out what they do. To find out what's exciting in their lives. I'm answering your question, Coral, right? Now, the thing about networking is this. There are some people who network because they just want to meet loads of people and to sell to them. If that's your aim, you fail. People will see you come and they go, I'm running away from that person. In the physical networking, people do that to you too, by the way. Literally, don't be that person, right? Be someone. Queen Leah said, be someone who adds value. Let me put it this way. One of the biggest lessons I learned in networking is something called giver's gain. You have to give to gain. Come with that mindset, right? What can I give to these people for them to benefit from? And then they might, see, here's the thing, if everyone's thinking the same thing, if everyone's thinking, what can I bring to the network so people gain from what I bring? If everyone's doing that, there'll be something in the pot for everyone. Keep that in mind, right? That's what giver's gain really means. If I bring referrals, if I bring introductions, if I bring ideas, then people also bring their introductions, and then we all gain. That's number one of networking. Number two, I'll say about networking is be interested in what people do. Be interested in meeting. Actually want to meet people. Don't just want to see them. Want to meet them. I just came back from a holiday last week, And there's people on my LinkedIn connections who want to connect. I'm like, yeah, thanks for connecting. What do you have in mind? Let's have a conversation. It's those you meet that remember you. Those you don't meet who never, they're going to go straight past you, right? And when you meet them, stop doing the me. It's not about me. It's like, try and find out who they are. Try and find out what's exciting in their lives. Try and find out what do they bring to the table. Now, what are the opportunities? Which leads us to collaboration. Collaboration, a lot of people get wrong for what it is. Collaboration is simply you and other people coming together to create unique solutions that neither of you provide already. You know, the collaboration it's not me selling my stuff, it's not you selling your stuff. It's us creating something unique that we can't do individually. Maybe we can, but we don't do it by ourselves, right? Now, to collaborate with people, you need to truly want to work together. You need to truly have a sharing of mind. You have to get to know them, be friends, and then work. How can we serve together? You know, for me, when it comes to collaboration, and my business is built on people I collaborate with, like Eric and like everyone here today, right? When you collaborate, my friends, bring an idea, bring something. Like, let's start something. Don't wait for them to bring the idea. Bring your idea, and then find a way for us to begin to work in a way that we bring our skills ourselves to the relationship. Mr. Eric, I could talk all day, but I don't like to talk all day. Well, you don't let me, right? So I'd love to hear your ideas on this topic, my friend. I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you so much, Annie. We really appreciate you, and we'd love to hear you talk all day, especially with your British accent over there. Thank you so much. Another TED Talk. Wow, these are just great points, and I think you mentioned it too. That a lot of the things that we want to share, we hear our counterparts say the same thing, right? Because we believe in the same thing. So there's really nothing wrong with reiterating what somebody already said, right? Because that's what we believe, right? So yeah, so some of the things I will talk about will be what they talked about, right? Oh, by the way, welcome, Eric Doby in the house. Good to see you. Welcome. And I think I mentioned Colleen. Good to see you. Yeah. So I think we all said this earlier. They all said that you givers gain. In other words, you can't just take, you have to give. Right? You can't just take, you have to give. When you walk into a room of people, think about who in this room can I help? Who in this room can I connect with maybe their target audience, right? If you're talking to somebody and you say something like, so who's your best prospect? Like who would be the best kind of person for me to introduce you to in your business? That gets people's attention. They're like, oh, I can tell you, because most people don't do that. And you automatically set yourself apart, right? Because now, guess what happens? When they see that you're trying to help them, now they're trying to help you. A lot of times people will say it right back to you. So, okay, so who can I connect you to, right? So that's one thing you do to separate yourself from a lot of people when you're networking. Find out about them and then find out how you can help them. Okay. Another thing about networking is you want to build relationships, right? So some people go into networking thinking, okay, how many people in this room will buy my product today, or will eventually buy what I have? If you're going into a networking meeting with that mindset, then you're already lost, right? You're already lost. That's not the way to go, right? If that's a selfish way to think, right? If you're meeting with people and you're listening to them, you're really listening to what they have to say, they're more likely to want to help you, and they're more likely to introduce you to people. Somebody you may meet one day, you may not do business with them for a year or two, but they can send business to you in the next week, right? So that's the thing. So building relationships is key. The people here on this call, many of them I've known for years, right? Right? Because we build relationship. Okay, that's very important. And then leverage your network. Leverage your network to help other people, right? You meet somebody, they tell you what they do. Say, oh, you know what? I know somebody. I should connect you guys, right? So that's what I want to talk about with regards to networking. With regards to collaboration, collaborating is powerful because it helps you to get to the audience of the other person, right? So if Z and if Zion and I collaborate, right, all the people that follow me will see what we're doing, and all the people that follow him will see what we're doing, right? And we'll get to, and it's even it's more powerful because I have certain skills he doesn't have, and he has certain skills I don't have. So collaborations are powerful. So that's one thing all of you should do more is network and collaboration. And like somebody earlier said, right? Yeah, you make a lot more money when you know a lot more people. That it just always comes down to that, right? When you know a lot more people. So that's what I want to share. Now we can go to oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the for the round of applause. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. So what I want us to do right now, before we get to the questions, and I do see some questions in there. That's great. I will get to all of them. Is we're going to go around the room real quick and talk about what we do and how we help people. Okay, what we do and how we help people, and then we will get to the questions. All right. So let's start with Queen Leah. You guys can go around the room, and then I'll end with what I do. Go ahead.
Amazing golden nuggets, Eric. Even though we can't see you, you're always dropping those golden nuggets. My name is Leah Garcia. I am the Dynasty Builder. I serve entrepreneurs and business owners and help them how to convert their wealth into a dynasty, a legacy. You know, we got to make not just money for ourselves, but pour it into our future generations. I also host Wealthy Wednesday every single week. I'm always looking for guest speakers, but and also visit my Biz in a Box, which is like an interactive website. You can take my financial quiz. You can download my free ebook, The Wall of Wealth. But I want to know, how do we get in touch with you, Zion? And what do you do? How do you help people?
All right. Thank you so much, Queen Leah. Yes, for me, I'm a positivity coach and mentor, and I help entrepreneurs and businessmen and women embrace the power of positivity in their business. Because we live in a time and in a season where it's easy to feel overwhelmed with the hustle and bustle of the business and the entrepreneurial journey. But being able to be coached every day to understand that through positivity, you are open to many possibilities. That's what I do. So if you want to embrace the power of positivity intentionally, feel free, reach out to me. Let's go on a journey of positivity together. And I also help host online events just like this. You have a value you want to give, you want to reach out to more audience, and you want to host online events to reach out to more people. Free, reach out to me. We help you make your dreams becomes a reality. So that's what I do. I know Mr. Enning has so much when it comes to helping people. We cannot wait to hear from him to tell us what he does and how he's helping people. So Mr. Enning, the mic is yours.
Yes, I always love going after you, Mrs. Z. Your introductions make me blush half the time, right? Look, I live a very simple life, but a blessed life, right? I get to work with authors, and I say people who create, unique solutions for people. So if you got a unique solution to solve people's problems, obviously you want the world to know about your solution. So I tend to want to work with you, especially if you're an author, to go through the whole journey. How do you write your book? So we'll write your book with you. Once the book is written, we'll do what we need to do, editing and the cover design, for example, and get your book published. When your book is published, of course, you have to sell books. So we do events. We do launch parties for authors. We do bestseller campaigns as well. So literally everything you need to sell it to write and publish and sell your book is what we do. We're always expanding our services. So I'm looking now to how we get to put our author friends on stages, on physical stages, and then also how we get to put our author friends on TV. So this really is next level, make you famous and make you a household name. Now, if I can help you, if you're an author especially, let's connect. Let's have a conversation. That's what I say. Mr. Eric, Mr. Sales, of course, I know you're a salesman. I know you're a mastermind genius. That's Queen Leah said right at the beginning, right? Please enlighten us on how you help, my friend.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Wow. You all, I've known this before, but every time I hear you all speak, I realize that, wow, you are helping a lot of people. all of you. You're helping a lot of people. And that's why you're here, right? Because I would only invite people like you that help other people. All right. So for me, I help people in different ways as a sales coach. As he said, I do help people there to be able to sell their offers without being pushy. That's very important. I own studiospeaking.com, and that's a platform where you can actually share your knowledge, monetize your message on a live stage in front of a live audience. Okay. To learn more about it, just go to studiospeaking.com and watch our short video. Okay. But today, what I want to do is I want to promote our new group, So we have created a group for entrepreneurs, speakers, coaches, authors, people that want to meet other people in a group where they can learn and collaborate together. Okay. The group is called the VIP Success Network, and we are growing rapidly. Oh, hi, Stanley. Good to see you. It's good to see you. I just say my good friend Stanley from Philadelphia area. All right. So we created this network, and it's powerful because it's one thing to go to a networking event and see some people, exchange some cards, and go home, but it's another thing to be in a group, a mastermind. Okay, the difference between just a networking group and a mastermind is, in a mastermind, you are able to ask certain questions of the group of experts that can answer your questions, right? And in our mastermind, like any day, like daily, you can ask a question and people will say, this is what I do, this is how I can help you, or this is what I would do if I were you, right? So it's powerful. So it's what it entails. And you can go to the site, by the way. It's the VIP network, the VIP Success Network. We'll put it in the chat. If you can put it in the chat, call. She already did it. She's quick. She already did it. Yes. So check it out. Check it out there. So what do we do? Well, number one, when you're a part of our group, you will receive incredible training, right? Different topics, because everybody in the group is an expert on something. So whether it's sales, marketing, branding, writing your books, right? You're going to get financial information that can help you in your business and your life. You're going to get this information and training from the people that do it all the time, right? Experts, right? So that's number one. Number two, you are able to network and grow and collaborate with other people, right? You have an opportunity to promote your business every week, promote what you do, right? Let's say you have a different event every week. You can promote your event every week, right? And in addition to that, like I said, you have the mastermind where you're able to ask the questions from the experts. Now, another difference is in our mastermind, not everybody joins. Not everybody can join, right? And that's key, right? Why? Because we want to make sure that you have something to share. You have something to give, right? It's not a place where you just come and take. You have something to give. You have some kind of expertise. Now, I will say too, some people don't understand how much of an expert they are, because I meet some people and say, well, Eric, I don't really have anything to give. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, you've been doing this, whatever you do, for 15 years. You help people. I see you online. You do lives, all that, right? So you probably know more than you think, right? So if you're interested at all at being a part of this or learning more, just go to the link there, VIP Success Network. Click on the link and book a call with me, and we can chat about it, right? Click on the link, book a call with me, and you can chat about it. One of the things that have changed my life tremendously over the years is being a part of masterminds like this. It's like having a board of directors for your own company. Imagine that. Imagine every week you meet with your board of directors and you have a question, right? You have a question about, your finances, and someone on the board said, hey, I'm an expert. I'll teach you. I'll tell you what to do, right? And then you have an expert about branding, and someone on your board says, hey, I've been doing this for 20 years. I can help you. Now, how would it make you feel to know you have a board of directors to help you in whatever you do in your business, right? It's powerful. It's powerful. And it gives you peace of mind. Gives you peace of mind that, hey, my business is always going to grow because I have the board of directors. So if you want one, click on the link, the VIP Success Network.com, and book a call and let's chat. All right. So let's get to your questions, folks. Let's get to your questions. Wow, there are a lot of questions here. All right. So here's a question by Carlene. She says, is it more important to have a large network or a strong network? Okay, that's good, right? You just want to have a lot of people in your network, or do you want to have a strong network? So we'll go around the room, starting off from Leah, and go around the room until we get back to me. Go ahead.
Fantastic question, Miss Carlene. And T. Harv echoes, why have your cake if you can't eat it too? I believe you should have both. You got to be wide, but you also need deep. Eric says it all the time. You don't want to be one to many. And think about it this way. You may know, but who do those 5 people know? How many people do they have in the connections? How many of you go into your, for example, and who she's connected to? You probably see more people like her. Client, if she's your ideal collaboration, many others that are just like her. So I say your network should be dynamic, it should be diverse, it should be people. And I would also add this as a bonus. Sometimes you got to remove connections also. Some multiplication. Zion, how would you answer this incredible question? I know you've got some positive energy to.
Well, thank you so much, Queen Leah. That was very profound. For me, having both is not bad. Having both is a good idea. Having the large network and having the strong network. Because at the end of the day, as time goes on, you will need the numbers. But as much as you need the numbers, make sure we are building your inner cycle of quality people, of people who can be there for you, who you can reach out to, who you can share things with. Because at the end of the day, you cannot share things with a larger crowd. But then having a strong group of persons that brings value to your life is very, very important. So having both is great. Having the numbers, the large crowd, and also having a strong cycle of friends who brings value to you directly. I know Mr. Henny, we have something powerful to say about this, so we'd love to hear from him, and so that we can be able to respond to Carlin's question.
All right. Are you there, Mr. Eni? Okay. All right. So I think he froze. Let's get to the next question, and then when he comes back, he can just jump in. All right.
Okay, now I'm back again. Apparently.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't ask me what happens. Now, this is life, right? Look.
Yes.
And that's a great question. For me, it's a simple one. I'd rather know a few people very well than connect to a load of people who I don't know at all. That's a simple answer, right? So get to know. For me, I get to know people that I connect with, and whether it's through networking or even I'm here on LinkedIn. I had people connect with me while I was away on holiday, and my first thing is let's meet. I want to get to know what you do. So as Queen Leah and Mrs. Z have said, you need a good group of friends, people that you actually do know well, people you know deeply. But you have to keep building that number every day, Carleen. You must keep adding to that number every day. If you add a person a day, just think, at the end of the month, you got 30 new friends, 30 new good friends. Yes, of course, the challenge is having time to meet and get to know all of them. But the more of them you know, the more you can collaborate with them, the more you can see opportunities of supporting each other, whether that's as a client or as a friend. Now, Mr. Eric, of course, I know that this is your topic too. So, in the world of sales, how does this work? Numbers or relationships?
Great question, Carlin. That's a great question. Let me put that back up. Now, I think I'm going to steal Queen Leah's philosophy here. Okay. It's important to know people on a deep level, right? It's important to build strong relationships. But having said that, who do you know that's massively successful that just knows a few people? Right? That just has a few relationships, right? So you can't, so it's not really one or the other, it's both. It's both. you want to have deep connections with a lot of people, right? With a lot of people. So I love how you asked the question, because it's great for us to know that, right? I like, some people say to me, Eric, I just want like two clients, like two clients per year. So that's what I'm doing is I'm contacting these top 10 people. If I could just get one of these top 10 people. And I'm like, what happens if you don't? Right? Why don't you go for more? Like, why don't you go for the masses than to go just focus on 10 people? What if it doesn't work out, right? So yeah, so deep relationships is great, but you also want to build a big network. All right, so let's keep going to the next question. Oh, we have some good questions. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so let's go with this one first. Let's go with this one first. Okay, common mistakes. Let's do common mistakes. All right. Are there any common mistakes people make when networking? Any common mistakes? All right. So we have like 4 questions. So we're going to just go around quickly so we can get to all 4. So go ahead, Quilita. Common mistakes.
There are many. There's a plethora of mistakes, but I'm going to highlight. Stop thinking about me, my, I, and convert it to we are us. How can you bring value to that person? How can you connect them to somebody? When you meet somebody, from constantly going through the Rolodex of, gosh, you want speaking opportunities? I'm going to refer them over to Mr. King of Collaboration. If they need to be more positive, I got Mr. Zion, Mr. Positive Energy. If they want to get famous, I know the person that can make them famous. Who do you know and who do you connect? Think about that first thing. What do you say, Mr. Zion? This is an incredible question by the one and only Miss Coral from across the pond. Please give us your golden nuggets.
Yes, thank you so much, Kulia. For me, one of the common mistakes that people make in networking is they think networking is magic. It happens overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. You have to build that relationship. Don't think because you spoke to me today, then that's all there is. No, you have to see that you are consistent, you are committed, you are dedicated to want to know me. It's very important. And secondly, one of the things that people do is don't come with your problem when you're networking. The first conversation should not be about your problem. The first conversation should not be about help me, I need help, I need help. It should always be, what can I do to help you? What can I do to support you? I know Mr. Anyway have something good to say about this as well, because it's a networking genius. So Eddie, the mic is yours.
Again, I love your answers, to Mrs. E and Queen Leah. Look, biggest mistake I see in networking is maybe people who go and collect business cards, like you collect connections, right? It's not a beauty contest. When you go networking, it's about building relationships. Really, you need to get to know people, and if you're not willing to plant those seeds, get to know people and see where that leads, nothing's going to happen. As Mrs. Z saying, you can try forever and the results are not going to come, right? But the second thing I'll say, is networking events, networking groups, networking relationships demand your loyalty. You can't say we're networking buddies when if you need a publisher, you go somewhere else. I will look at you and rightly say and ask you, are you sure we're friends? So be prepared for networking to demand your loyalty to the group, to the people in that group, right? You help them, they help you. Miss Eric, please, what have you seen that will scare us in networking?
Thank you. These are all great points. Wow. Incredible. So one thing that I would say, and there are a lot of them, like Queen Leah said, is when you meet somebody, don't determine if you want to build a relationship or you want to get to know them based on exactly what they do, right? For instance, let's say you're a realtor, right? And you're looking for people who are potentially going to buy homes. And you meet somebody and the person says, yeah, I'm not really in the market for homes. I do skincare. Don't just dismiss that person like, oh, I need to get away from you. I'm not going to make any money from you. Because that lady that does skincare may be a part of a community of people who want houses. right? So look, everybody treat everybody with respect, right? And don't dismiss anybody thinking, okay, I'm not going to make any money from this person, because you don't know who they know. You don't know who they know, right? You know, and so that's why it's important to treat everybody with respect. You meet somebody, find out what they do, find out how you can help them, and they'll reciprocate, right? So I think the number one mistake people make, or one of the top mistakes, is they're prejudging people when they meet them, and they're like, okay, he may help me, she may help me, he can't. Like, you don't know, you have no idea who can help you, right? Because you don't know who they know, right? You don't know who they know. So that is my answer to that question. Great question, Carl, appreciate that. All right. So, Carl, thank you so much, folks. Thank you so much. So, Carl has another question, which is another great question. And here it is. And people ask me this all the time. They say, what are some effective ways to start a conversation with someone that you've never met before? And so what I'm gonna qualify this, and I'm gonna ask you all to give us some examples, maybe both in person and online, because we network in different ways, right? Either whatever you want to discuss, whether it's in person or online. All right. All right. Let's start with Queen Leah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say first it starts with your energy, with your aura. You have to really leave your troubles at the door, forget about you, and truly be focused on that person before you start asking questions, And then, really, the one thing that I like to do is give them a genuine compliment. So, watch how they are interacting with other people. Look at how they treat the waiter. Look at how they carry themselves. You can go up to someone and say, wow, you just have incredible energy. What do you do? I got to know you. Be genuinely curious. And it also starts with your tonality, right? And your inflections. How are you greeting the people? You have to be genuinely focused on them if you truly want to set yourself apart. But I know Zion has an incredible answer to this question. Drop some gold on us, Mr. Zion.
You stole it out from my mouth. When we talk about your energy, it's very, very important when it comes to networking, especially with persons you've never had conversations with before. For me, these are practical ways I do it. My energy is always constant. And whenever I'm in conversations with people, I've learned that energy attracts. The energy you bring into a conversation can determine if the person wants to have a conversation with you or not. When I see you're bringing a negative energy, having a conversation with you becomes difficult. But when you're coming with your A game, with that energy, people want to really have conversations with you. And you don't have to do too much. A simple question, how are you, can go a long way to start a very powerful and meaningful conversation. A lot of people go and asking about, what do you do? Without how are you? You must be interested in the people. When people see that you are interested in them and you are bringing that energy, they really want to have a conversation with you. So starting with how are you can go a long way to have a powerful conversation. I know Mr. Eni have so much conversation day in, day out, and they will be having a vast experience when it comes to this. So Mr. Eni, I'll pass the mic to you so that you can share with us your experience on this.
So again, I'll build off your great answer, Mrs. Z. When you ask someone, what do you do? It creates complications. It really does, right? So some people don't have, they haven't got a job. What should I say? I'm unemployed. I'm nothing. I do nothing. No, So my thing is simply to try and make the conversation about the other person, to give them a chance to talk. So any chance that you get to get them to speak, then people love to hear themselves talk, right? And whereas we think it's us talking that they want to hear, they want to hear themselves. So the first question I always ask these days is, what's exciting in your life? That gives them a whole playing field to choose whatever they want to talk about: personal stuff, work stuff, their kids, their pets, their holiday. So that's where I always start these days. Mrs. Z, I agree with you. Find out how they are, how they're feeling. Again, that's another thing that people will talk all day about that, right? Mr. Eric, you're the conversation expert amongst us, right? So please share with us.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, well, we are all conversation experts, that's for sure. So thank you so much. Great question, great question. You want to build rapport, right? You want to build rapport. So it's you're making a friend. You're not just building a business contact, right? You're making a friend. So you want to build a rapport. So the best way to build a rapport is to give someone a genuine compliment. Give them a genuine compliment. It could be, let's say you're in a networking group. It could be what they're wearing. Genuine compliment. It could be it could be the notebook they're using to write notes in. Genuine compliment, right? It could be the question they asked in the group, right? Genuine compliment. So compliment them on something they've done, something they do, something they said, something they're wearing. Start with that. That puts a smile on someone's face, and then you start to talk about them. Again, talk about them, not you. And naturally, when you're talking about them, they will want to hear about you. Naturally. Okay. So that's my answer to that question. All right. Great questions here. Oh my goodness. All right. So I saw another one. And I saw another one here. Let's see. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Here we go. Princess Asabor. Okay. She asked, thank you for your insight answers so far. How do you recommend approaching someone you admire professionally without making the interaction feel transactional? Very good. Very good. So how do you approach someone that you admire, right? And without making it seem like you just want to sell something or be transactional. So let's start with Queen Leah, and we have like two other questions. So let's be quick. One, maybe a minute each. Go ahead, Queen Leah.
Brilliant question. Do your research, do your research, do your research. Learn about them, read their bio, read their book, go to their events, learn something about them that is unique that they share all the time. I tune my ears when people say, I don't usually share this, but let me share this golden nugget with you. And then you compliment them on that. They know that you've been paying attention. Nothing speaks louder than when you're repeating someone's own words to them. Then they know you're serious. What do you say about this incredible question, Mr. Zion?
I couldn't agree more, Kenya. I think you said it all. Making your research, since you said you have been admiring this person for a while, it simply means you have been learning, you have been taking notes, you have been paying attention. So when having conversation with this person, recap what you've learned from this person. If possible, with what's their favorite quotes or their favorite caption. Say to them, I love this, your favorite quote. So it makes them feel that, yes, you are truly interested in what they are doing. And I tell you, if you can be able to approach them, like I said earlier, how are you? Sometimes because this person you admire them professionally, you think they are all there. They all have emotions, they all have feelings. And the ability for you to ask them how they are, no matter how professional they might look or they might appear, goes a long way to be able to approach people without feeling transactional and having real conversation. Mr. Enning, I know you are the legend when it comes to this, so I'll pass it back to you so you can share with us your thoughts.
If at the back of your mind you have selling to this person in mind, you've lost the game already. We know, everyone knows what you're up to, right? So if you're going to come to me, come with genuine interest in it. Hi, Annie, let's start a conversation, and don't have the agenda in the back of your mind. Yes, you want to sell me something sometime. But like Eric always tells me, only sell like a doctor. Only sell when you get to know me. So everything about your conversation about getting me to talk to you, for us to talk, get to know me, and then we'll go from there. Don't sell for sure. Don't mention selling at all. Miss Eric, like I said, I learned from you, my friend. So I have to sell like a doctor. The salesman that you are, please share with us. How do you do it?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Great comments. So what I recommend is this, just like I said, compliment them, right? So I'm reaching out to Queen Leah. I admire her, and I send a message and I say, hi, Miss Leah. My name is Eric F. King. I've been following you for a while. I'm really impressed at your Wednesday calls that you do. Very insightful. I've learned so much from it. And if you don't mind, I'd love for us to chat maybe for 15 minutes so I can learn more about what you do. Is that fine? Something simple like that, right? Are you open? Are you open to that? Something like that, right? So now she's gonna, when she sees that, she's not gonna say, "Oh, he just wants to sell me." She's gonna be impressed. She's gonna be appreciative that I watch her Wednesday events, right? And sorry, I forgot the name of the event that you do on Wednesdays, but I do watch them. Clearly,
Wealthy
so yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. Wealthy
It's
Wednesday.
wealthy.
Thank Thank you. Hey, the I got the day right because I actually see that you watched it, right? So yeah, but my point is, and that just shows you right there. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Just say that you appreciate what they do, and yeah, I would love to chat if you're open. Simple, simple. If they don't want to chat or anything, perfectly okay. But that's how I would approach it. All right. So let's keep going. We'll do one more question. Before that, let me just welcome some more people because a lot of people have joined today. Okay, so let's see. Joy, welcome, Joy. Good to see you. Welcome, Joy. Mr. Jimenez, good to see you. Thank you for your points. He says, great topic. We appreciate it. Oh, my good friend, Professor Roxana is here. Good to see you. I had a one-to-one meeting with her last week. Good to see you. Wyma, thank you again. She just gave us like a synopsis of what we're talking about there. And Princess Sabor, welcome again. All right. So last question for the day. It comes from Carlene, and we're gonna have we have 3 minutes, so we're gonna do this in like everybody has like a half a minute. How do you recognize when a networking connection could become a meaningful collaboration? Okay, what makes a collaboration successful? So whichever one you want to answer there regarding meaningful collaborations. All right, Queen Leah.
Brilliant question. Here's the thing. After you have many conversations, you're going to learn how to identify the people, or I don't even know how to explain it. It's their energy. It's something that you pick up that connection from them. And I would ask you, how many of you are watching this and you're missing an opportunity to collaborate? How many of you said Happy Money Monday? How many of you said Happy Motivation Monday? How many of you told us where you're tuning in from? How many of you asked a question? That's for you to collaborate and network. What do you say, Mr. Zion, to this incredible question in 10 seconds or less?
There's a whole lot to say when it comes to this, but I'm going to be very brief. When it comes to recognizing when networking connection becomes a meaningful collaboration, it's at the point you see that you both align in your vision, in your goals, and the things you want to do. Because alignment is very, very important. Don't just collaborate because of first connection, but you must be aligned. And what makes it successful? When you achieve the goals, when you achieve the set goals or plans you set to achieve together, is what makes it successful. So, Mr. Eddie, let me get it back to you in like Leah said, in 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Is that all? No, look, people have a shared interest that they want to collaborate with. People who serve the people that you want to serve is normally a good place to start. If we both serve authors, then obviously there's opportunities for both of us, right? For the collaborations that work, I say we have to be genuine friends. We have to like each other. Otherwise, if we can't get on, then chances are we're not going to be able to work together. What causes things to fail? When someone takes and the other one is always giving. That's what happens in my collaborations. If one person, if it's one-sided, we're done. Eric, you say you collaborate every day, my friend. So please share with us. How do we make it work?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for being quick. So in 1 minute, folks, you have to realize, you have to determine if they're a right fit for where you're going and also the values that you hold, right? The values that you hold. So they have to align with where you're going as well, right? And you can tell pretty quickly, right? And aside from business wise, right? Obviously a realtor will want to collaborate with a mortgage broker, right? Stuff like that. Well, aside from that, do you align in terms of personality? One guy, he wanted to do a call with me. He said we should do a podcast together, but he curses like crazy. He's like the F word, this, all that. He's always cursing, and I'm like, I can't do that with you, man. I don't curse, right? So, and I like the guy. He's a smart guy, but that's not me, right? So I don't think it will work, right? So little things like that. You may think it's little, but it's actually not. right?
Yeah.
My audience is a little different than his audience, and it is what it is. So great question. We're at 8 o'clock. We never go over. So appreciate all of you. We again dropped the link in the chat if you want to be part of our network. All of us here today are in this network. We are in the VIP Success Network.com. Click on that. You can book a call if you want to be a part of it. Thank you so much. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be here with you this morning. We are here 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern time every single Monday. We will see you next week. Make it a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Have a good day.
Have a great Monday.